you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell button to get a notification every time I upload a new video. For this practice you are going to need fabric, any fabric you want. You can practice with more fabrics to check the finishing. And you are going to need an embroidery frame and put your fabric with the right side inside. Here, as I am showing you, this is the right side of my fabric. Then remove the presser foot of your machine, and we are going to remove also the holder of the presser foot. This piece here, remove it, and also remove this screw here. Now, some machines like mine, it has this option. This side is to the normal position for the feed dogs, and this one is to take it inside. So take it inside. If you don't have that option, you can use a darning plate like this one, put it on the feed dogs to cover it, and then you are going to put the embroidery frame inside like this. Be careful, don't break the needle. You have to set the embroidery frame like this with your fabric, and now this part, take it down as you were taking down the presser foot, otherwise your machine will not stitch. Once you set your machine and your frame like this, what we are going to do is stitch and move the frame in this way to draw any shape we want with the stitches. For that, hold the thread like this, give a stitch, and once the thread is inside, you can start drawing any shape you want. There I made a line, and now I am going to make a circle. And as you can see here, the length of the stitch, of every single stitch, it depends on the speed I am giving to the embroidery frame when I am moving it. You can make long stitches or very short ones. You have to practice with shapes. So once you want to make a specific design, you will be able to draw any shape you want. A good way to practice this technique is making spirals like this. Make it in different sizes, so you will get good practice to draw anything you want. Here I am using only straight stitch. I am not setting any specific length or width because, as I told you, that doesn't matter. It depends on how fast you move the frame. Now here, as I am showing you, you can use also zigzag stitch, and if you notice the shape, it will change depend on how fast I move the frame. With the zigzag stitch you can experiment with different widths, and also you can experiment, as I am showing you here, with decorative stitches. This is a decorative stitch I have in my machine, so I am just experimenting with the shapes it can give me. Once you practice enough, then you will be able to draw any design you want, even letters to write names or anything you want. I made this design in this fabric, and I attach adhesive interface in the back part. I draw it with pencil. Then I will put it in my embroidery frame, and remember, the right side of my fabric, it has to be inside like this. Then I'm going to start following the lines I drew before. And first what I am doing is draw the general shape of my design, and then if you want you can fill some spaces with zigzag stitch or with this one also, with straight stitch. Don't worry if your lines are not perfect, because this is the main feature of this technique. The embroidery looks like if you draw it freehand. That is the special thing in this technique. Obviously, if you practice more, you will be able to draw perfect lines with your stitches. Now only check how I am drawing this design. You can see the speed I am using to keep in this part short stitches. Also you can play with the speed of the machine, but if you are still practicing, stitch slowly so you can control better the shapes you are drawing. You can cut the threads here or stitch everything, and when you finish cut the transition threads. You will get like this one here. And basically that is the technique. I will leave you with the process so you can see how I finish this design. Now here in this part I am filling the space with zigzag stitch. When you are using the zigzag stitch, you need to stitch really slow and be careful, because sometimes the thread is not staying inside and you are not getting stitches. So push the pedal of your machine really slow, and also move the frame so slow when you are using this zigzag stitch. As you can see here, if I stitch so fast, the thread is not staying inside, so be careful with that. You can move the frame forward and reverse to get different shapes with the zigzag stitch. Then you can fill the spaces with straight stitch also. And another thing is, here I am using normal thread, but you obviously can use embroidery thread or silk thread for embroidery finishing. Here I am using this one because it will be more visible in the video for you. Once you finish, take up the presser holder, remove the frame carefully, and cut all the transition threads we have to finish your design. And there you have it. My design looks like this. Experiment with more types of fabric. Some fabrics don't need the interface, and other fabrics like slippery fabrics and really thin fabrics you will need to attach the interface.